On today's document, you're given information on the first problem regarding the areas under various portions of the normal curve. So just to kind of give you a picture of that information, we know first of all how to construct the normal curve. Line here, line about 60% as high, line about 1/7 as high as the middle line, and equally spaced, and we sketch the curve accordingly, and we know that we have 34%, approximately 34% of the curve between z equals 0 and z equals 1, and 14% between z equals 1 and z equals 2. We also saw last time that the region between z equals 0 and z equals 1 splits at z equals 0.5, obviously, into 19% and 14%. And the region between z equals 1 and 2 splits into 9%, and the 14% splits into 9% and 5%, with 2% to the right of z equals 2. Now that's not exactly the way the information is given to you, but that's a picture that you should have, and you should certainly know the 34, the 14, and the 2%. And of course they apply here to 34 here, 14 here, 2 here. The distribution is symmetric about the middle. Z is a number of standard deviations with z equals 0 in the middle at the mean. Okay, so z equals 0 is here, and every z corresponds, every change of z, whenever z changes by 1 unit, that means that your distribution changes by 1 standard deviation. So if the mean value of some quantity that you're observing, and let's call that quantity x, is 38 and the standard deviation is 5, how do we write the corresponding x numbers down below the z numbers? You should think about that before you look, if you haven't already done so. But what we do is, well, the mean is 38. The mean of the normal distribution is the value right in the middle at z equals 0. So this tells you that the mean is 38, and that's where z equals 0, so 38 goes at z equals 0. And we have a notation for that. We call the mean x bar, and the mean goes at z equals 0. Standard deviation is 5, so that if z equals 1, that means 1 standard deviation from 0. That means in terms of x that we're 5 units from 0. So if the mean is at 38, then 1 standard deviation z equals 1. 1 standard deviation to the right of the mean is going to be 38 plus 5, which is 43. And z equals 2 at 43 plus 5, which is 48. And if we move to the left, -1 would be 1 standard deviation less than the mean. 38 minus 5 is 33. 2 standard deviations less, 38 minus 2 5s would be 28.